Good morning, class 10 students. This is Naren Sharma, your English teacher. Today I am going to take third poem of your textbook, First Flight. The poem's title is A Tiger in the Zoo. Here in this poem, the poet wants to, through this poem, the poet wants to contrast a tiger when it is in its natural habitat. You all know the natural habitat of a tiger is forest. Tiger lives in a forest. And he is comparing the life of a tiger when it is imprisoned in the zoo. Now, most of the children, they might have visited zoo. They like to see wild animals kept in the cages in the zoo. Okay. So let us start this poem. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. Habitat means the place where a particular animal or human being live. ओके, तो यहाँ इस कविता में कवि द्वारा एक विरोधाभास प्रस्तुत किया है। एक चीता जो कि चिड़ियाघर के अंदर पिंजरे में है, उसके जीवन से तुलना की गई है एक चीते की जो अपने प्राकृतिक आवास जंगल में रहता है। The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the zoo. कवि जो है चीते की दोनों ही अवस्थाओं का वर्णन यहाँ पर कर रहा है। इस कविता में कवि के द्वारा एक जंगल में रहने वाले चीते की और साथ ही जो है चिड़ियाघर में के चीते के जीवन के बारे में एक तुलनात्मक अध्ययन प्रस्तुत किया। रीड द पोएम साइलेंटली वंस एंड से which stanzas speak about the tiger in the zoo. You have to read this poem in a silent manner, and after reading this poem you can very well judge that which particular stanza is telling about the tiger who is kept imprisoned inside a cage in the zoo, and which one speaks about the tiger in the jungle. And there are some stanzas which tells us about tiger's life when it is in its natural habitat. Okay. Now you know, wild animals are born free, and born free should remain free. The poet wants to give a message. He is deadly against any imprisonment or captivation of the wild animals. The wild animals are caught for keeping them in the zoo. Okay, let us begin this poem. He stalks in his vivid strides, the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet race. Stalk means to move quietly, शांतिपूर्वक चहलकदमी करना, चलना. Vivid means very bright. Stripes, the strips that are black strips that are there on the yellow skin of a tiger. धारियां जिन्हें हम कहते हैं. Pads, cushion, the soft part under the foot of a tiger. Okay. Velvet, it's a kind of cloth, soft and silky. Right? Quiet means in a peaceful manner. And rag means violent anger. Okay. So here Addressing the tiger, which is kept imprisoned in the zoo, the poet says that the tiger moves quietly with bright shining stripes of black color over the yellowish background of tiger's hide, that is skin. You might have seen tiger, आपने बाघ देखा होगा. तो बाघ यहाँ जो कि पिंजरे में कैद है, वो शांतिपूर्वक पिंजरे में चहलकदमी कर रहा है. अपने चमकीले शारीरिक रंग जो कि पीले त्वचा के ऊपर काले रंग की जो धारियाँ हैं वो चमकती हुई सी प्रतीत हो रही हैं. The few steps of his cage. Now the tiger is imprisoned inside the cage. He is taking few steps, roams here and there in the cage. So he is able to take only few steps within the territory of the cage. He is walking on his pads, soft part under the foot of the tiger, that is pad, which is having a velvet-like feeling when we touch it. Okay, so the tiger is moving on its padded feet, which looks like a velvet, and the tiger is moving in a very quiet and peaceful manner inside the cage. Now, when someone sees the tiger, he notices that the tiger is showing the feeling of violent anger. Why? Because tiger is helpless here. In case he can't go anywhere, he is bound to remain inside the territory of the cage. Now, let me tell you about the rhyming scheme of first stanza. The rhyming scheme is ABCB. Okay. Now, you can judge very well the last word of the first line, stripes. Okay. Doesn't resemble with any other word sound. But the last word of second line case resembles with race. So this is BB and stripe is A. And quiet word is having different sound, so it is C. So rhyming scheme is ABCB. Right? He should be lurking in shadow. Let us take second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Okay, so here this stanza is related to tiger's life in its natural habitat, that is in forest. Lurking means walking secretly, and sliding through means moving smoothly and quietly. Water hole means a small pool of water. Plump means fat or chubby. So the tiger is walking in a secret manner, in a hiding manner, in the shadow. Okay, sliding through long grass. The tiger is moving smoothly and quietly without making noise through the long grass which was there near a small pool of water. Okay, near the water hole means near a small pool of water where plump deer pass. Fortunately, a fat deer passes nearby the water hole. And these tigers, they are very fond of eating or very fond of killing its prey, especially deer. Okay. तो लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू दिस स्टेंजा इन हिंदी आल्सो। चीता जो है काफ़ी अपने आप को छुपते छुपाते हुए लंबी घास की छाया में से होता हुआ गुजर रहा है, राइट। पानी के स्रोत के पास जो घास उगी हुई है, यानी कि चीता शिकार के तलाश में निकला है और वहाँ पानी के स्रोत के पास उसे एक मोटा सा हिरण जो है गुजरता हुआ दिखाई पड़ता है। ओके, अगेन द राइमिंग स्कीम ऑफ सेकंड स्टेंजा इज ABCB. He should be snarling around houses. Snarling means making angry sound. Around means in various directions. At the jungle edge. Jungle edge here means the outer area of the jungle. Bearing means not covered with his white fangs. Fangs means long, sharp teeth. Terrorizing means frightening. Okay. Again, this stanza is related to tiger's life in its natural habitat. So, tiger is walking in by making an angry sound as he is moving in search of prey. He is looking in various directions around the houses that are situated on the edge of the jungle or the outer area of the jungle. Moving in the jungle, the tiger is showing its white, sharp, pointed teeth as well as his claws, which is having pointed nails, and by showing his long sharp teeth, he wants to frighten the people of the village who are living in their houses situated in the outer area of the jungle. Okay, but he is locked in a concrete cell. So here again third stanza is having the same rhyming scheme, ABCB. Okay. Now let us take fourth stanza. But he is locked in a concrete cell. Here again this fourth stanza is related to tiger's life, which is kept imprisoned in a cage in the zoo. फोर्थ स्टेंजा चीता जो कि चिड़ियाघर में कैद है उसके जीवन से संबंधित है। बट ही इज लॉक्ड इन ए कॉन्क्रीट सेल। यहाँ चीता जो है वो एक पिंजरे के अंदर बंद है जो कि गिट्टी सीमेंट से बना हुआ एक बड़ा सा कक्ष है, सामने जिसमें लोहे की सलाखें लगी हुई है। His strength behind bars. You know, tiger is a powerful animal. He is full of strength. But here, the tiger's strength is kept behind the bars in the zoo, stalking the length of his cage. Now the tiger is moving with slow step, and again the tiger is roaming here and there throughout the length of his cage. Okay, ignoring visitors. You know, so many visitors are there in the zoo, but tiger is not showing an interest in the visitors. He do not want to pay any attention. Ignoring means paying no attention. The tiger is paying no attention towards the visitors who comes there to have a glimpse of the wild animal, especially tiger, lion, deer, bear. Okay. and other wild animals also. So again, this stranger is having the same rhyming scheme. It is telling us about the life of a tiger which is kept imprisoned in the zoo. Having the same rhyming scheme, A, B, C, B. Now let us take the last stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Now, here the tiger is again in its natural habitat. While roaming in the forest, he hears the last voice during the night hours. The voice was of the patrolling cars, the cars which keeps watch, patrolling cars. And the tiger stares, looks for a long time, or the tiger is gazing with his bright and shining eyes towards the very bright shining stars in the sky. Here the poet wants to tell that through this poem, A Tiger in the Zoo, the poem is a plea, or it is an humble request to the mankind to let animals get free from their captivation. इस कविता के माध्यम से कवि ये संदेश देना चाहती है कि Leslie Norris is a poetess. Okay, she wants to convey one message by making an humble request to the whole mankind that let animals get free from their captivation so they can wander in their natural habitat. Okay, as you know, wild animals, they are born free, and you know, born free should remain free. This is all about this poem. I have already sent you PDF of this poem. Go through it. The PDF is having extracts along with question answers. Okay, thank you all.